Okay, it should be working now. So this is balanced on a mug and a box of white pens. So sorry about that, this stuff. So here we go. We have it all in line art and sturdy, whatever. There we go. So I already picked out Scarlett's hair color because I can't pull up a reference picture while I'm working. And Scarlett's hair is actually really, really light, warm gray. And the two warm grays I have, this one is like really dark, even for being warm gray 3. You can't really see. Warm gray 3. Yes. And this is warm gray 1. So there's going to be a lot of layering. So we can go ahead and start off. So normally I have a light color to do highlights. Like I use 3 colors for hair. But I'm going to have to use the white of the paper for highlights for this one because Scarlett's hair is so light gray. And the tones in it are just too light for the markers I have. So, adapt and overcome because I'm poor. Alright, and when you get to this long part, you can just go ahead and do that. And then the dip is white. And then this will be... There we go, highlight here. I just like to go ahead and do highlights for everywhere on the hair so I don't get messed up halfway through. There we go. That should be good. So then, move. I can go in with my darker gray, like this. Start to give her hair life again. So more 3D looking with the shine and such. Sorry there isn't background music. I'm sure professional artists have like background music so they're not boring while they're just coloring and not talking. But I'm not a professional. And I'm recording a video. So, haha. So... it's the first like couple steps is just going in and giving everything a flat color. A lot of new artists will forget that hair exists back here, which is really funny to see. You just see the 2 front parts and then you completely forget about the back hair. It mostly happens with like front facing pictures, but it still happens with different angles. It's really funny to see. And then these are like silver chains that I did with a metallic silver pen when I did the line art. Because I don't want it to be black line art and then go over it with gray because that doesn't turn out well. So sorry you missed that part. And my dog is scratching at the door. 1 second. Hello, sir. You want to come in? He didn't even want to come in. He just wanted to look at me. So, there we go. Continuing coloring. And it is so hard to not, like, mix the colors on the skin. It's so painful. Doo-doo-doo. And then since this area of hair wouldn't really be hit by light all that often, I can just go ahead and color it, like, solidly. As like the shaded part of the hair like I did here, there, and there. But these parts will have light hitting it, so I can't do it just solidly. Alright, so this still looks like shit. So, to fix that, we go back in with a lighter color and go over the hair that I just colored with the darker one. It helps blend the 2 colors together and make it look like more natural. I'm sure with like digital art you could use a blending tool, but with Copic markers you have no such luck. And I also choose to go over the darker hair because even that like little overlayer of the lighter color makes it that much darker and like a more solid color. So I go over all the hair with the lighter one. Here we can make sure that blends. This is already darker than Scarlett's hair, but that's okay. So to see if I can fix that, I'm going to grab my colorless marker. Yes, colorless marker, because that's a thing. It's literally number 0, colorless. So it helps move ink around, and you can blend the color away from the paper to give it a more light look. If you use it too much, though, it makes it end up looking spotty, which is really ugly. So I like leave the marker sort of dried out so the ink doesn't over spill and make my art look like shit when I go over it with the pen. So we're just go ahead and doing that. Make the highlights look more highlighted. It's a good time. Hair takes forever and a day. I don't know if you've noticed. Go back in with the lighter color. Just, make it look natural. Blend it. Just live it. Alright, so then we can move on to coloring her skin now that we've finished with the hair. So for skin, I typically use 2 colors, the base and then for shadow. And I'm using E000, which is pale fruit pink, and then E00, this one, which is cotton pearl. I typically use really light colors for Asian characters, like the vast majority of King's Raid, but some color palettes can allow you to use darker skin tones, like Juno. So Juno actually has lighter skin in the game, as you may have noticed. But I really like adding like skin color variety to my characters. Not as like to go far as making a white character black or giving like black people darker, lighter skin tones. But for a vast majority of the characters being white, I like adding a little more color diversity. But with Scarlett having really light hair, I want to continue giving her the light skin. Because if you give her darker skin with having light hair, the contrast in the two will show up a lot more. You can get away with giving Juno darker hair because her hair is pink. But with Scarlett, who has really, really light gray hair, you can't really do that. So I use this skin color a lot, so it's a little dried out, but meh, it happens. So since this is the base color, I pretty much do everything with it.